In today's news, we will hear from the Unity Club about their upcoming speaker, L.Z. Granderson. And with election season approaching for the Undergraduate Student Association, we have an exclusive interview with USA President Brock Wilkinson. In addition, we will take a look at the Sandwich Ministry and some fun activities like kickboxing. And as always, we'll keep you updated on what happened in sports this past week, and we'll let you in on some upcoming events here on campus. This is Channel 19 News. Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Channel 19 News, your #1 source for news, campus events, and sports happening here at Canisius. I'm John Bassanello. With election season quickly approaching for the Undergraduate Student Association, I'm joined here today by President Brock Wilkinson. Brock, it's great to have you here in the studio.
I've been
noticing some flyers posted around campus about the upcoming election. For those students that are interested in maybe a possible role, what positions can students run for?
Well, students can start out running for Senate positions. That's in every single class. So there's a freshman Senate, sophomore Senate, junior Senate, and senior Senate. And then we have boards, and then we have other positions on committees. But right now, we've been getting into the vice president and president elections. So there's president, there's executive vice president, then there's vice president of business and finance, then there's vice president of programming, and then vice president of communications.
Okay.
So,
are there any necessary requirements or experience needed for any of the positions?
well, for experience, I guess you could say just be around on campus. We want an experienced individual that knows the clubs, knows a lot of people, and is driven, and someone who can take what they've learned on campus and kind of take it into the skill set of running a club and essentially the student government. So, I mean, if you can take what you've learned on campus and the people that you met, take their concerns into consideration and maybe help the student body and talk to the administration, that's what we'd like to see.
Somebody who has a good idea of what goes on campus. So.
Exactly. We want somebody involved who can speak for the students, because basically every position on campus, well, every position in the Undergraduate Student Association is a representative, and we want the best representation for our campus.
When is the application due, and what is the process like?
The applications are due the 6th of March. That's when everything will be turned in. So basically your petition sheets. For e-board members, you have to get 250 signatures. Usually you want to get more than that because you never know if you hit a duplicate. For Senate positions, it's usually just 50, and it has to be from your same class. For the e-board, you can get signatures from the entire student body, and from there you can do advertisements. You're allowed 3 forms of advertisement.
Okay.
So last year I did some posters. Those aren't included in the 3. So you can do posters, you can do flyers. That includes social media. The best way to get out to reach the people is Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, all those sources. And then you just want to be active and you want to talk to people on campus. You never know who one vote could make the difference. I mean, last year the total amount of votes was 722 students. So if you take into consideration, you probably run into 200 people a day, right? So.
This was your Have you enjoyed your time as president since this was your first year as a junior?
Yeah, my time as president has been rewarding, challenging, but overall I'm going for round 2, so I guess I must have liked it enough. So, but I really want to make a difference on campus, and from my experience this year, I can turn what I've learned around and hopefully communicate with the administration, the students for another second year.
Okay, and then just one last question. How can people vote, most importantly?
Okay, people can vote using Collegiate Link. That is the platform, if you're on My Canisius, basically on the left side you can click all applications, click that, and then Collegiate Link will be that star. The star, the blue and yellow. Basically, I've been talking to a lot of students on campus, and a lot don't know what it is. So that's one of my main my niche is making sure students are informed about this tool, because basically Collegiate Link is a platform for all clubs on campus.
Yep.
And I'm sure GriffinTV has one.
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you, Brock. If you want to learn more about USA or are interested in a role, you can visit their office located in the lower level of the Student Center or email them at usa@canisius.edu. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back. You're watching Channel 19 News on GriffinTV.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. Five seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. Well, teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
Welcome back. As many people know, Canisius's campus ministry has a wide range of outreach programs and events. One such program is the Sandwich Ministry. Channel 19 reporter Jeffrey Gillette takes a look at this worthy service opportunity for Canisius students.
Nourish our bodies and our minds, and please keep us safe wherever we go. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Every Sunday at 4 p.m., student volunteers gather in the basement of Christ the King Chapel to make sandwiches for the homeless and poor. The program is called the Sandwich Ministry, and Dennis Long is the service intern that heads the program.
Sandwich Ministry has been going on, this is in its second year. We used to do the Burrito Project more often than we do now. We do it once per month now, but we used to do it more frequently. And Joe Van Valkenburg, who is in charge of local service at Canisius, they had to find a way to serve the homeless more often because they were doing the Burrito Project several times per month, and then another group started doing it, and there was some competition, I guess, not competition, but they wanted to do it more often, and so we kind of had to back off. But we decided that we could serve the poor and homeless through the Sandwich Ministry on Sundays.
The students who have volunteered before enjoy the rewards of the work.
After you put on a little bit of labor in it, labor of love, okay?
Right.
And then you go out and you see the people waiting for you. They have big smiles, and they're like, "Oh, food, we're so happy you came out." It's just hard, and you see the expression on their faces after you give them food. It's memorable, I guess. It's an experience.
While some students have volunteered at the Sandwich Ministry several times, others are just getting started.
Went to the campus ministry and said I wanted to get involved, and they said, we'll look and see what we can do, but for now, this is what we've got that's going on recently. So just hopped on the wagon, and here now.
Now the Salvation Army serves during the winter months, the hot meals, but without us, the poor of downtown Buffalo really wouldn't be getting, a meal, I guess. And so we thought that it'd be a good way to start up this sandwich ministry, serving sandwiches on Sundays, to the poor.
For students looking to get more involved in volunteer work, the Sandwich Ministry is a great place to start.
Thanks, Jeffrey. The Healthy Youth Series, sponsored by CPLD, has been helping Canisius students keep their New Year's resolutions intact. Channel 19 reporter Robert Creenan gives us an inside look at the kickboxing series, which ran every Tuesday in February.
Every Tuesday in the month of February, hour-long kickboxing sessions took place in the Palisano Pavilion, instructed by Kevin Cunningham of Casey's Fitness. Cunningham is no stranger to fitness here at Canisius.
Well, I've been here in years past, and I'd worked with a number of the sports teams here at Canisius over the years. It's been some time though, but I worked with your football program. They had a program that used to come to me in the off season for some cross-training basketball teams, the men's and women's teams, softball teams. And some individual athletes used to come down and use boxing and martial arts as a cross-training modality. What you saw here tonight was just kind of fun, playful movements. People putting on boxing gloves for the first time and not really knowing what they were doing, but kind of having fun, experimenting and learning how to inhabit their bodies.
These sessions are made up of punching drills, body workouts for your core, and learning how to use your body's flexibility to your advantage.
I would say that in the 4 seminars that we have here, I think first and foremost having an awareness of your surroundings, understanding your anatomical alignment, where's your power come from? If you had to hit something, God forbid, a rabid dog, how would you hit it? How would you defend yourself? Obviously in 4 seminars you're not going to learn, you're not going to become Jackie Chan or Muhammad Ali, but you're going to come away with perhaps an enhanced or a greater appreciation for what it really takes to participate in this type of modality and do it well.
What have you learned so far from these?
I learned basically how to throw a punch, the right way, not the way you throw in the streets, but a technical way, a boxing way.
Arius McLeod has attended 2 of these kickboxing sessions. Have you enjoyed coming to these events?
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Kevin's a great guy. Everything he teaches you, you can use in real life scenarios. Between confidence, technique, it's all a real life scenario.
These basic training classes aren't anywhere near as complex or intensive as the classes Kevin teaches at his gym, but he still hopes he made an impact during these.
I mean, this is a beginner's class. Watching people put gloves on and they don't know what they're doing. At my gym, I've had my gym for 21 years, and we offer boxing, mixed martial arts, Aikido, a number of other different martial arts. We have people who've been with us for 15, 16, 17 years. They use it as a cross-training vehicle. We have fighters who are competitive, but most people are not. Most people just do it because it's a workout, it's a type of training that never gets boring. And you can, it takes forever to be perfect at it.
That's all from Palisano. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Robert. The anticipation of guest speaker LZ Granderson, sponsored by Unity, CPLD, and the Fitzpatrick Institute for Leadership Development, is creating quite a stir on campus. Channel 19's Brett DeNeve spoke with Unity Club members about the upcoming arrival of the CNN correspondent and senior writer at ESPN.
I'm here with Vice President of the Unity Club, Chris Driscoll, to talk about their guest speaker they're bringing February 28th at Montante Cultural Center at 7 p.m., LZ Granderson.
The reason why we chose to bring LZ to campus was mostly because we noticed 2 big problems on this campus, and that was one, a lack of knowledge about the transgender community. That was one of our big issues that we wanted to focus on this year, but the more relevant topic to LZ is about the existence of homophobia in the sports world, and the kind of negative feelings towards different sexual orientations in athletics, and we've noticed it on a fair amount on this campus, but it is even relevant in the media as well, even as recent as the Super Bowl, with certain athletes advocating for same-sex marriage and things of that nature. So we just thought that LZ, who he's an openly gay African-American journalist for ESPN and CNN, and an athlete himself, who often discusses the topics of homophobia in sports and kind of shoots down stereotypes that are typically associated with the LGBT community. And we thought that it would be very fitting to address the issue of homophobia in sports.
Okay, great. So as far as getting him to come to Canisius, was the process easy? Was it hard? Was it handled by you or someone higher? How did the process go in getting him to come here?
LZ was a little more pricey than speakers we've brought in the past. His asking price was about $12,000 plus travel, so a little more expensive. Basically what we did, we applied for a grant through CPLD, and we were given that grant, and then we had to go, last semester we appealed for $9,600 to fund the rest of his travel and fees so that we could bring him here. So the process was a little difficult in that we had, it wasn't so much on his part as it was coming up with the funds on our end. At first we had considered co-sponsoring with numerous clubs and having each of those clubs ask for a certain dividend of the money to bring him. But what we ultimately realized was the money's all coming from the same place, so if one club asked for the other club's co-sponsoring, that it would be a lot easier.
If you could give us in the nutshell, about what Unity is and what the club stands for.
Yeah. Unity, the mission of Unity is to educate the student body of the issues that surround the LGBT community. It's particularly important in a Catholic school because it's a very controversial issue in Catholicism, and we're lucky to have such a strong presence on this campus because luckily we have a very open-minded faculty and administration who want us to kind of defy the stereotypes of being LGBTQ, and we live in a heteronormative society. So what that means is basically people are accustomed to the norm being that everyone is straight, but oftentimes that's not the case. So our mission is to prove to people that no matter who you love, or more importantly, what your sexual orientation is or how you identify your gender, we're all people, we're all human beings, and everyone is deserving of equal respect and dignity.
Next thing, as far as any more events going on campus that are going to be Unity sponsored, do you guys have anything in the works, or? Yes,
actually we're looking into Fagbug. It started as a documentary of this woman who had a Volkswagen Beetle, and someone wrote fag on her I think it was spray paint or painted fag on her car, and she kind of just toured around the country, and instead of succumbing to the hatred that was probably intended in tagging her car like that, she used it to teach other people about the importance of respect. And so we're thinking about bringing Fagbug here. It's the actual car would be on our campus, which would be really neat. And we're also planning on hosting the Gay Fine by Me event, which is we give away T-shirts and that say Gay Fine by Me, and it just kind of brings it's kind of like our second National Coming Out Day almost, and that we just raise awareness that we are comfortable with who we are and other people are too, and it kind of reminds people that we need to be respectful of all life.
And as far as meetings for Unity. Do you guys have meetings weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? Do you guys gather? Are they open to the public?
We have bi-weekly meetings, Thursdays at 9 p.m. They are open to the public. The purpose of the meetings is mostly to organize the events that we have planned out for the student body, but also to educate the members of Unity on recent topics.
And as far as anyone trying to reach out and contact you, say they can't meet one of the meetings, is there any other ways to get in contact with Unity?
Yes, we do have a Facebook. It should just be Unity Canisius, and anyone can friend us. We're obviously very accepting. And we do have a Twitter as well. That gives updates on certain LGBT-related events. We also can be contacted at unity@canisius.edu. And any of the e-board members are pretty much open to either being Facebooked, emailed, etc. We're pretty open about contacting or having people contact us and answering their questions and helping them out in the best way that we can.
All right, thank you. Chris Driscoll, VP of Unity.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brett. We now turn things over to Brandon Rudd and Mary Kessler in Studio B for a look at what happened this past week in Griffin sports.
Thanks, John. Well, we're back from our short break, but that doesn't mean the Golden Griffins took it easy while we were away. Let's get you all caught up with what's been happening with your favorite teams. Let's start out with basketball. Brandon, why don't you fill us in on the men's team?
Sure thing, Mary. Well, the Griffs went to Baltimore, Maryland on Thursday night, February 14th, to take on Loyola. They lost, however, with a score of 64-68. The Griffs did take a victory the following Saturday afternoon, February 16th, against St. Peter's in Jersey City, New Jersey, with a score of 68-59. Senior Harold Washington led the team with 16 points, followed by junior Billy Barron, who scored 13 points. Senior Isaac Sosa scored 10 points and made 3 steals, while seniors Ostron Himes and Freddie Asperilla and sophomore Joshua Heath came together and scored 20 points and 13 rebounds. They then started off the Ramada Worldwide Bracket Busters on Saturday afternoon, February 23rd, unfortunately losing to Vermont 79-87. They finished out their season with 2 more home games in the CAC Thursday night against St. Peter's on Thursday, February 28th at 7 p.m. and then again against Ryder on Saturday, March 2nd at 2 p.m. What happened with the Golden Griffs women's basketball team, Mary?
Well, the women's team went to Bridgeport, Connecticut on Thursday night, February 14th, to take on Fairfield, but were defeated with a score of 50-56. That was followed by a 79-84 loss against Iona in New Rochelle, New York, on Saturday the 16th. The Griffs did, however, pick up a win back home in the CAC on Friday the 22nd versus Manhattan with a score of 63-47. Junior Lennox was the team leader for the game, scoring 15 points and 5 rebounds, along with 2 blocks. Senior Ashley Wilkes scored 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Sophomore Kayla O'Hooley recorded 11 points, including 3 three-pointers, and senior Ashley Durham had 7 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Finally, sophomore Brooke Angelos had 5 assists and 0 turnovers. They then had a loss against Fairfield in the CAC this past Sunday afternoon with a score of 56-67. They are on the road Friday night at 7 p.m. March 1st for another Battle of the Bridge against Niagara in Lewiston, New York. They're on the road again on Sunday, March 3rd at 2 p.m. against Siena in Loudonville, New York. Be sure to support your Golden Griffs. Now let's move on to lacrosse. Brandon, what happened with the men's and women's teams?
Well, we'll start off with the men's team. They were in Denver, Colorado this past weekend on February 23rd and February 24th as they took on the Air Force on Saturday, losing 8-10. And then ranked number 11 Denver on Sunday, losing again 4-11, dropping 0-2. Players that were consistent in both games, however, freshman Vince Gravino, who recorded 3 points and 2 goals and 1 assist, along with sophomore Tim Edwards, and Brandon Bull with a team-high 2 assists on Saturday's game against Air Force. Vince Gravino and Brandon Bull would both score again on Sunday afternoon's game versus Denver. Gravino also won the MAC Rookie of the Week for his efforts, so congratulations to him. The women's team also had a loss this past Sunday afternoon against Cornell at Dembski Field with a score of 10-16. Mary, weren't you at the game?
I was, Brandon. Senior Morgan Leonard led the Griffs with 5 points and 4 goals. Sophomore Tori Quinn scored 3 goals and had 2 assists, her career high. Senior Megan McGunnell and Lindsay Morgan both recorded 2 points on a goal and 1 assist, with sophomore Whitley Perry. The women's lacrosse team has 2 upcoming away games, Saturday, March 2nd versus Binghamton in Vestal, New York, and then again on Wednesday, March 6th against Robert Morris in Moon Township, Pennsylvania. Both games start at 4 p.m. Also, the men's lacrosse has 2 upcoming home games in Dembski Field. They face Cornell Tuesday, March 5th at 4 p.m., and then Albany on Saturday, March 9th at 1 p.m. Also, senior midfielder Morgan Leonard of the women's team was named the MAC Defensive Player of the Week, so congratulations to her as well. Be sure to come show your support for men's and women's lacrosse. Now on to hockey. The Golden Griffins had a doubleheader versus Air Force in Colorado on Friday, February 15th, and Saturday, February 16th. They lost both games, 1-3 on Friday and 2-3 on Saturday. They had another doubleheader against Robert Morris this past weekend, on Friday at Buff State and Saturday in Pittsburgh, losing both nights again with a score of 2-4 on Friday and 3-6 on Saturday. They finish out their regular season this weekend with a doubleheader against RIT, Friday, March 1st in Rochester, and then back at home at the Buff State Ice Rink on Friday, March 2nd. Both games start at 7 p.m. So Brandon, synchronized swimming, they started out their season very strong.
Right.
How did they do this last time?
Well, they competed in the Wheaton Invitational in Northern Massachusetts on Saturday, February 16th to Sunday, February 17th, where they placed first with 100 points and are undefeated thus far. The Grizz placed first in a team routine consisting of seniors Melissa Andrews and Victoria Mintz, juniors Morgan Lebrich and Jessica Mancini and Svetlana Ponkratova, sophomore Victoria Minonova, and freshman Liana Gray and Laura Schmidt. The Grizz also dominated in the solo, duet, and trio routines. They compete again on Friday, March 1st to Sunday, March 3rd in the ECAC Championship in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And then again, Wednesday, March 20th to Saturday, March 23rd in the U.S. Collegiate Championship in Stanford, California. So moving on to softball, Mary, how are the Golden Griffins doing?
Well, it seems that things are going great for the softball team. Since they started play on February 16th, they have won 7 of their last 8 games. Ooh. And their most impressive win was February 24th, as they crushed North Carolina A&T 12-0 in Greensboro, North Carolina. Pitcher Jen Consul had a complete game as she threw 11 strikeouts and only allowed just 2 hits.
Wow.
Also, second baseman Robin Canary batted for a perfect 4 for 4 in the box as she produced 2 runs and 3 runs batted in. We would like to be the first ones to say congratulations to them for winning the championship game 7-4 in the North Carolina A&T Invitational in Greensboro, North Carolina. Before they start their regular season, the Canisius College softball team has 2 more invitationals to do before they start on March 23rd against Ohio. They will compete in the Hampton Pirate Invitational on March 8th at the George Mason Cherry Blossom Classic on March 15th. Continuing things on the diamond, Brennan, how is the baseball doing so far?
Well, I wish I could say they did as well as our softball team, but they've been up and down with the Golden Griffins baseball team. As they play 8 games so far, they have split the season with 4 wins and 4 losses. Their most impressive win happened on February 15th when they faced Albany and came out with a victory 12-4. That game featured first baseman Jimmy Lupins going 2 for 3 in batting, posting up 3 runs in the game, and also right fielder Chris Guerin also going 2 for 3, having 2 runs and 3 RBIs. Sadly, the team couldn't pull the same results in their recent matchup against UNC in Asheville, as they lost 2-14 on February 24th in Asheville, North Carolina. They have 3 upcoming series matchups against Murray State on March 1st to 3rd, Longwood March 8th to 10th, and Ohio March 15th to 17th, before they have the home game on March 23rd. Mary?
Well, thanks, Brandon, for that update. Well, that's all we have for you today in sports. Be sure to check out the show #GriffSports on Thursday as Cal Ferreira and Brandon Rudd go more in depth in sports.
Also follow the show on Twitter by typing in @GriffSports_19. This has been Brandon Rudd and Mary Cussler giving you the sports scene so far. Back to you, John.
Thanks, Mary and Brandon. Now we are going to take a look at some upcoming events that are happening here on campus. This Thursday, February 28th, Phi Alpha Delta is hosting a tailgate in Palisano from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. to get students pumped for the men's basketball game against St. Peter's, which is their final weekend at home. There will be free barbecue food, hot chocolate, pizza and wings, sign making, carnival games, and face painting, and more. For more info, contact Nick Wiltsey at wiltseyn@canisius.edu. The Undergraduate Student Association and Griffin's After Dark invite you to dust off your fedoras, boas, and pearls and get ready to dance the night away at their swing dance to be held on Saturday, March 2nd from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Buffalo swing instructors will be teaching from 9 to 10, and authentic swing band Dr. Jazz and the Jazz Bugs will be performing from 10 to 1. Catered hors d'oeuvres and desserts will be served. Semi-formal attire is requested. The next Sabres game as part of the Canisius College Student Surge is Tuesday, March 12th at 7 p.m. against the Rangers. Tickets went on sale today, and the last day to purchase tickets for this game is March 5th. To purchase tickets, just stop by CPLD extension 2190 located in the lower level of the Student Center. Well, that's all we have for you today. Make sure to check us out on Facebook and on YouTube. We air a new show on Channel 19 every Wednesday at 5 p.m. From all of us here at Channel 19 News, have a great week, Canisius.